Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show about nothing, really. Connoisseur USA back again. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm just going to be talking about some topics, speed running through some of the news of the week. So here goes. States with the best and worst economies. Some of the prominent states that you might imagine are definitely on there. State GDP is a interesting topic for a lot of reasons. It'll let you know where you want to live, where you don't want to live, or the inverse of that. If you want to live in a place with not a lot of population, then you should probably live in a area that has not as effective of a GDP. I think most of the low populated areas are the areas with the low GDP. Something that stands out to me is how low the GDP of Nevada is. Um, Looks like it's closer to that 31.61 million, I believe. So it's very interesting. I guess it's actually done by score, and that isn't the dollar amount that the state is worth. So, nevertheless, something I wanted to talk about was the floods that have been going on in the United States. It looks like North Carolina is the next state to be hit by some heavy water, some heavy rainfall. Um, as we know, the disaster in Texas is encroaching upon 100 lives lost. So I just wanted to play this video. Hopefully, the situation in North Carolina doesn't become as dire and drastic as the situation in Texas. Looks like Donald Trump has sent a memo to South Korea uh, proposing that 25% tariff on Korean goods in efforts to balance the uh, trade deficit that the United States has with South Korea. Um, an effect of colonialism that people don't necessarily talk about is the subsidizing of other countries. And I'm not exactly sure what the global strategy was when it came to trying to put an end to communism. If they were looking to stabilize these countries on their own in an almost permanent hand-holding situation that we're dealing with now, was that something that was foreseen? I'm very, baffled by the fact that no president prior to Donald Trump has made an effort to balance out some of the 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 deficit that we go through with trade with these foreign countries. Because at the end of the day, what is the United States gaining from any of this? We are not gaining very much at all. We're actually taking money out of our own pockets and out of our citizens' pockets, which is a disturbing reality. Individual who was freed, I believe, earlier this year by Hamas, yeah, released in February, is talking about how Donald Trump can bring home some other captives in Gaza. It looks like he's just speculating and saying that he could put the pressure. Essentially, it looks like this guy is an Israeli mouthpiece. Obviously, he was in Israel when he got captured by Hamas, and it's last name here. I'm not exactly sure the origin of that. We can try and find out. This guy is Israeli himself, or okay, yeah, he is a German Ashkenazi Jew. So now he's looking to put the pressure on Trump to free other hostages, which essentially what he's saying is Donald Trump should uh, go against the peace talks that he's been enforcing with Israel and Palestine, an effort to destabilize and make Hamas get on its defensive back foot. So, yeah, that's just the way I'm reading that. Like we were talking about earlier, the death toll in the floods in Texas have reached 90. 10 campers still missing. It's devastating what happened there, and speculation is the defunding of the federal government has uh, decreased the effectiveness of the National Weather Service, and it's speculating that no one was warned about these floods. So looks like they have rescue efforts going on as well, and looks like the White House is saying that it's a depraved lie, uh, that the Weather Service's performance is actually effective. I'd be interested to hear what the situation at hand was. Why did those campers or the summer campers not evacuate Central Texas on this day? So, yeah, Texas Hill Country is known as Flash Flood Alley. So, essentially, even without the Weather Service, I think once you get like flash flood warnings in Texas, it's probably best to have somewhere to evacuate to. Yeah. Oh, okay, it looks like these warnings came overnight. Wow, that's absolutely awful. So, looks like more stock falls after tariffs have been levied. And the tariff deadline was extended. Oil prices with OPEC appears to have increased. And relying on the European Central OPEC to get gas, uh, it is longly inefficient. Do we have the oil reserves in the United States to stabilize our country with petroleum? Um, we know nuclear is going to take 10, 15 years to become effective, and um, transitioning to electric is also going to take 10, 15 years. We did see China uh, display that they are bounds and a lot of layers above the United States in their energy uh, output and energy capability. So, it's interesting how that is playing out on the rest of our economy, and being that this is the first 7 months, 6 months of Donald Trump's presidency. I'd be interested to see where this turns in December. It'll be really good news if this can pick up before December, and I'll have some hope. But this bleeds out into 2026, then I will have some concerns there. Um, Looks like there was a shooting on the border of the United States and Mexico. Shooter opened fire at a border patrol facility, and they were able to neutralize him and kill him. Looks like he was a Latin individual, uh, more than likely stirred up by the ICE uh, efforts going on to rid the country of as many illegal immigrants as they can. And the response to that reality online has definitely been a huge topic, at least with me perusing social media. So I think this is probably not the last we're going to see of incidents like that. Looks like the Russia and Ukraine situation is not slowing down. I'm always, you know, intrigued that there are these attacks. I guess it looks like guerrilla warfare when it's only 11 people dead and maybe like 100 people injured. But I'm interested in what this attack was. I'm guessing jets. It looks like drone attacks throughout. Let's see. Dismiss. Okay, so it looks like Russian's transport minister was found dead in an apparent suicide. Looks like that's wild. Okay, yeah, yeah. It looks like he wasn't doing a good job in reporting Ukrainian drone attacks. So this looks like it's something that was in response to that. He got dismissed, and they say he killed himself, which is probably a preemptive action because he probably had a target on his back for being ineffective with defending Russia. So it's that's very interesting right here. Uh, I wonder when this is going to slow down. It's been We're heading on 4 years of fighting for them, so I'm super interested how nothing has seemed to have given way by now. I didn't expect Ukraine to be able to fight this long, but that's what happens when you are not NATO, and not, I'm saying that with parentheses. Uh, this is the big one of the day. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. I heard that he committed suicide by correctional officer. There's also no client list, so Ghislaine, sweater puppy Ghislaine. Wow, what a chest on her. Um, Forgive me, I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. Please forgive me for that, but apparently there were no clients, so I kind of think that this is like I believe this is a ploy. Maybe this is something that's going to make the clients let their guards down and try to seek out some more children, and maybe there's a bigger bus that's coming. But this is very interesting. I'm thinking that this is a false flag, if you will, but I don't know. We'll see. This was something interesting that happened. Jesus apparition in the Philippines. Asian Christianity, which is a lot of times Catholicism, is interesting. I kind of want to study it more. Let's see. P. Diddy was not acquitted, but he was found not guilty on the more severe charges, as you all probably know. He's likely to have good amount of time served, probably up to a year, and essentially he has been reduced to being a customer of a prostitution ring. So getting federal charges on that, it's obviously a big deal. This guy was engaging in a lot of disturbing activities, and we'll see what kind of sentence they hand out. This is a soccer thing, not important. Let's see. It's like Ukraine did a precision strike and destroyed some Russian bombers. Ukrainian drone strikes. Forgive me, I think I said UK earlier, but Ukraine. Um, yeah, no, the battle's really hot, and I think this is probably as heated as it's been, at least from the headlines that I can remember. Seems like there's a new headline every week or so with Ukraine and Russia. Hopefully that war comes to a close. Um, with Ukraine and Russia, hopefully that war comes to a close. On the tariffs, I think Canada is probably they're in the middle of a financial crisis themselves, and they have been proposed to join the United States as the 51st state. Um, that seems like a far cry from reality, but I don't really see what their financial options are to stabilize their country. Seems like they are likely to just bend the knee to the United States, and I don't know if they'll necessarily become a state, maybe a colony. Maybe they'll work out some type of agreement to where the United States is subsidizing Canada in a more effective uh, method that would be able to benefit the United States. I'm not even sure what Canada produces to give to the world. Maybe they're going to become some type of labor colony of the United States. Maybe they're going to be a prison colony of the United States, like maybe immigration, or I don't know. It's interesting, but essentially that's all we have for today. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay blessed.